Why don't I just bring you in? All
Yeah.
right, here comes Magmo. There you are. And then Sybil
Hello.
always does something with you in the frame, and I think it's right. Yeah. Maggie, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Good, 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 good.
Perfect. I'm gonna be drinking, okay, if that's all right.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a cider, and I'm gonna drink a beer, and then I'm gonna drink some this and some of that and some of this, you know?
Yeah, okay. Well, actually, I wasn't drinking, but tonight I am having a secret beer, and I wasn't on planning on telling the community, but here I am.
Uh-huh.
I'm having a secret beer
Why is it a secret?
because I'm not supposed to drink.
Why not?
Because I said I wasn't.
So you're breaking everybody's trust. Can we trust you ever again? That's the question I
That
have.
is the question, but maybe that was already the question if they could ever trust me.
Right. So the answer is no, and now everyone knows it.
I think so, or maybe they cannot trust me to trust myself.
Is it because you're addicted to alcohol? Are you an addict?
Yes, I'm addicted to alcohol.
Why do you feel addicted to alcohol? Like, is it because like a social thing? Like, what is the reasoning for the
Well, I
addiction?
think I enjoy everything more with and everything less without.
Sounds like a problem to me.
Yeah, and that's why I wasn't drinking for a while.
That's funny.
Hello.
There she
Hello, hello,
is.
hello, hello.
Very sorry, my dog has a mind of his own.
Yeah, he's having a tantrum or something.
Yeah.
Bruce, get out of here!
Can
Not
everyone hear everything?
God damn it! Now he
Yo,
ripped
would I
our...
be able to download your video afterwards? Because like I'm trying to fit your video into mine, and it doesn't really make sense for me. Actually, wait. Let me try something else. But yeah, we can start talking. I'm just gonna figure something out
Yeah,
for my
sure. Take
stream.
your time.
The way it looks. No, I'm good. Like whatever, it's fine.
Chat is overlapping? What do you mean, Laura? I don't really trust women who talk to max strangers. Hello, Myers. These are my ears today. That's right.
God damn it, Bruce.
Yeah, that's what happens when he sleeps all day and then he's like, it's party time, let's go!
So yeah, go for it. Let's start.
Magmul is an
Maggie,
artist.
Mamul, whatever name you go
Yeah,
by.
how do you pronounce it yourself?
Mamul.
Mamul. He is an artist. We are artists. We are friends. We have met each other IRL, but we met each other, excuse me, on the internet, on Twitch. And the first time we saw your stream, I was immediately impressed and jealous. And here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks. Basically, even I'm also impressed by your shit, and I'm also fucking jealous sometimes, as I fucking told you
Oh.
guys. So yeah, it's. I'm not happy to be jealous about things, but it's like instinctive to some degree. But yeah, I think what you guys are doing is also pretty damn good. I come in sometimes. I don't talk much, but like I like to hop in and see all the different costumes, all the different like themes. Like you guys hop into the themes in an intense way, so I think it's really fucking cool. And yeah, but I fucking hate your community. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Ah!
It's a joke.
I think there's actually a lot of people from your community
Yeah.
in
Here.
our community sometimes, and the other way around.
Yeah.
Have you?
To be honest, I don't really know who of you of the people that hang out. Like I know some like we talk sometimes about your stream and stuff like that, above original, Pedrizi,
Yeah.
like certain people.
Yeah.
Like we talk. But yeah, I'm not too. I don't know you like all of the community you guys have very well. So hopefully in time we'll become best friends forever.
In time.
Yay, BFFs! All right. Well, yeah. I wanted to just talk with you for a while, just conversation, not really an interview, because I think that's just too rigid. Let's just talk about being streamers on the internet and what it's like and what we like about it, what we hate about Jeff Bezos. I don't know, like
why it sucks to be on YouTube as an artist.
Okay.
and what kind of a relationship. I think the relationship with the audience, I think, is the most interesting
Yeah.
to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also curious to know where you want to go as a streamer. Like, what are your big dreams? How do you want to expand
Stream
plans?
your dreams.
Yeah. Well, that's fantastic. Those are good questions to ask, definitely. As in, even for myself too, because I often think about. I'm always thinking about what you guys are saying, but like it's good to be asked a question like that because it frames it differently and it makes me vocalize it, like, so it helps. And I also would like to know your point of view about that shit as well.
Yes.
But I've mentioned it to the people that are on my stream watching, like just the context, which is that I don't even know which one of you is writing the thesis. Like, can you give them a little bit of a context? I
Yes.
mentioned it, but I don't think I mentioned it in enough detail to give them the right context for it.
Yes, so I'm the one who has to write a thesis. For in the Netherlands, I have been studying theater the last almost 5 years now. It's a 4-year study, and I've been doing. I took an extra year because I wanted to set up also this streaming television show, basically, and I just needed more time. So now's the time to finish the thesis for school. It's more of a research research project. It's not really the classic thesis where you have to defend like a point of view. So I chose to do my research about live streaming as a theater practice. And I think the angle that I want to take is basically just documenting a year on Twitch as a so to see every stream or to pick several streams and make them as an experiment. And then by this experiment, I want to talk about how to create narrative in a live stream. Maybe I want to compare it to traditional theater, but maybe that's also not interesting at all. I'm curious to hear your opinion on this. Like, is it relevant to compare this theater form to the old one? And talk about what does it mean to be a performer on the internet? What does it mean to maintain relationships with your audience? How do you get audience? So it's basically approaching this, taking it seriously as a real art form, whereas I think it can really become like a sick avant-garde place for like the coolest artists in the world.
And Above Original wants to know whether a genie has ever come out of your nostrils from all that nose rubbing.
Yeah, man, I don't know why the fuck,
Cool.
but I always touch my fucking nose. It's unbelievable. They've drawn my attention to it. I don't know why, man. It's just something that I do. I don't know if it's like I do. It is a big nose. It is what it is. I used to be
It's a
like worried
beautiful
about it.
nose, Maggie.
I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I don't know if I learned to like it or what, but anyway, I do touch it a lot. I had like a septum deviation at one point, got an operation. I don't know. And I don't know if it's like constantly opening my nose for some fucking reason. You know what I'm saying?
It's a good nose. It's a good nose.
Yeah. By the way, just to let, I'm telling my chat, like, I'm not able to focus a lot on what you guys are saying because I'm trying to concentrate on the fucking conversation, which I know is fucking annoying to do that because ultimately it's meant to be interactive and all this shit. But I do this when I'm talking to some people, like, it becomes disruptive if they read the chat while they're asking a question. I'm gonna try as much as possible to
Do
focus
what
on
you can.
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah.
I think for us the same.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah.
So yeah, you wanna jump into a particular specific question and then we open it up step by step?
Well, let's just start with the beginning. Like, I'm curious. How did you end up on Twitch? Why did you go to Twitch?
I've been painting for 12 years, so I was always by myself in my studio, right? So just painting, you know. And there were years where I used to paint much more. One particular year where I painted very little, but I don't feel that it's quite so. It's very solitary, and I want. And my friend had mentioned, you know, I had tried YouTube and stuff like that, but it wasn't necessarily that successful. It wasn't that interesting. It was just time lapses of my artwork, so it wasn't that interesting. And my friend mentioned Twitch, so it was twofold. One from a purely actually it's complicated, man, because it was also because I like to work with chaos a lot, and I like that with people entering the content, entering my space, they are participating, you know, they're suggesting things, they're involved, they're trying to destabilize me, they're trying to fuck me up, they're trying to make, you know, and it's emotionally it goes all over the place. So for that chaos to for 12 years I used to experience chaos by myself, while now it opens up to infinite possibilities, like people from all contexts, people from all over the fucking world, all ideas. So it's much more dynamic and much more exciting. But there's also a business angle to it, which is I knew that it was possible to make money with it. I didn't realize how possible it was. It was shocking how fast it was. I started making some money. Nowadays I make 600 a month, something like that, but on average it could go less. But within a few months, 1 month, 2 months, I started getting donations. Like people were excited about what I was doing. So there are those four elements that got me into it, you know.
Yeah, yeah, I like what you're saying about the chaos that you've been experiencing inside, and then now that when you stream, it can get really chaotic. Like I think Sybil, you can handle it a little bit better than I can. I think you can keep a distance to the chaos, or you enjoy the chaos.
Well, I also know the chaos is enjoying for other people to watch.
Yeah. Sometimes I still get into my head a little bit when there's too much chaos. I feel like I always want to have a shared activity. So also the people in the chat, I want them to, like, we're all facing the same way a little bit, or we're working on the same thing. And when I feel like everyone is just throwing things at me, I do panic sometimes. But then again, because if people that don't watch Twitch, so friends of ours, when they watch our stream sometimes, it's always the first thing they say. It's like, oh, it's like a bad trip. It's so chaotic. It's how can you do that? How can you focus? And most of the time, I don't really even realize that it's that chaotic. Like, do you think that you also create some sort of a layer or some sort of a system to cope with it, or I don't know. Yeah.
The question is like, do I create a system to like cope with the chaotic? Like, it's difficult, and that's part of the streaming. You know, like it's not going to go always in a direction. And we're streaming for long periods of time. So as we're going through the period of time, there are moments where it's all combined. Everyone's like on a particular trip, or you know, an alien comes in and tries to stabilize. Like there are so many dimensions of possibilities with this form. I've learned to in some scenarios you need to stop certain activities, I feel, because it can really just fuck up a whole vibe for an extended period.
Yeah.
But I think that it's just so noticing when those bad things are happening, or like, you know, to tweak them. I try to give people as much freedom as I possibly can, because I don't want to, like, you know, this is the way that shit is, because if that's how it ends up being, I'm denying certain possibilities. So I try to keep it as open as possible, as often as possible. But so there's the problems that have to be stopped. But I'm learning to be okay with the situation as much as I can, because it's like, you know, to be zen and to be to be in the flow state, blah blah blah, so that people get me. But yeah, 100% that it's difficult. I don't always manage. Sometimes I'm like I have a fucking problem in my head where it's like it's not going too good. It's not going too good. I wish it could be better. I wish it could be better. So sometimes it's like either pushing through that and getting to a new place, or just accepting that it's okay as is, and then it changes, and then it's something else. You know what I mean? It's very difficult, but it's very meditative for me.
Yeah, it's like you have to accept everything that's happening as content or something like. Yeah.
Or a possibility to make something into content.
Yeah.
What is content?
What do you mean by that?
What is content?
Yeah, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Like, you can see when, like, for example, there's a joke that everyone starts throwing themselves in on, and then you really go for it and make a solid concept out of it, or make a bit out of it. And you can tell, like, chat really wants to talk about this. Let's take it further.
Yeah.
Let's see how far we can take it. That kind of thing.
Yeah, and then when it becomes too much, yeah, it's a weird balance.
I don't think in my context, based on, maybe it's a question of text to speech, because I use text to speech pretty extensively. I think it's a lot of frequent interruptions. So I don't think that there are moments where we really dive into something and it expands into a whole thing, but a lot of the time it can be fragmented, and I don't necessarily, I'm always working on something physically.
Yeah.
So I'm not 100,000,000% focused on the chat. It's like, it's like working and the chat, and it's like, so it's not like back and forth. Like, I'll do an activity, or I perform, I'll do a thing, and then the focus becomes on the thing. So it's very dynamic. There are moments where we focus extensively on a topic, though. So I don't know if that's like we're talking about the same thing necessarily. I don't know. Can you rephrase it, or like, let's concentrate on the question a bit more?
I guess that's the narrative part.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think in your streams, your narrative is also like what you say. You're working on something. You're making a mask, or you're making a new costume. And I think in our case, we rely more on the characters we are. Like where, like, now the narrative is the interview, but like another stream we were elves. And then I think we try to come up with goals. So we try to make our narrative in the sub goals.
Yeah.
Which is something I still haven't really figured out yet. Like how.
Yeah, that's a very good idea. That's also something that you guys do tremendously well, I think. I find it difficult to, but yeah, keep going. I'm interrupting, and it's.
Well, I'm also thinking about other ways. Like, how else could you add narrative to something that has the structure of a conversation? I think it comes down to the same way you give form to a conversation with a person in real life. Like yeah.
It's complicated. Like, I think about narrative a lot. In a sense, I don't say like, narrative, how am I going to make it narrative? But I think of like how to engage an audience for an extended period of time, because that's essentially a narrative. Like, they have to be engaged with a short term, with a medium term, and with a long term somewhat, I think. Like, now I don't think it necessarily connects with traditional like cinema, the way I work. Maybe I think you guys have. It's difficult. I mean, there are so many fucking ways to go about it. For me, I do think that I have a long-term goal that I communicate with my audience, which is like the stuff that I'm doing with my programmer, the stuff which I'm working on the motion capture suit and stuff like this, which unfortunately is delayed because of the suppliers. But
I want to know more about that also.
We're working on. They are aware of something that I'm building towards, and I'm spending all of the energy that I have and all the money that we receive in the chat towards these goals. That if you come to the stream, you know about them, because I'm constantly showing. So there is a goal, and I think it's important to have a goal, a long-term goal, because I don't want to just connect with you. Okay, the stream, I'm hopping in, and every time it's like snippets. I want to be involved in a process. That's what I think, anyway. Yeah. So I it comes naturally to me to have a vision, like a long-term vision, for the stream, for the art, for us as a community, blah blah blah. But on a short term, I try, but there are the forms that I work with, so painting, sculpting, whatever, blah blah. They don't. They're complicated. Like, I can't fucking finish a mask if I can't finish a mask. You know what I mean? So I can't structure things perfectly. I try to structure, but it breaks. It's very difficult. I'm overwhelmed all the fucking time.
So, but with short term, you mean that the
Like a stream.
Yeah, exactly. And then long term is like something in months.
Long term,
or...
months, and a year, months to a year plus. You know.
Yeah. And your
I
community
try-
is aware of that.
They're aware of the long-term goals. Yeah, they are aware of the long-term goals, and I update them regularly on the longer-term goals. They are, but it's also about breaking down the long-term goals into. It's complicated. I'm learning all of this, and for me, I don't just stream. I also try to break down the content for others, like other social media, like YouTube, Instagram, all of them. So I'm learning that some content works. So I'm trying to adapt the streams in a way that makes sense to cut in for the other social media. So all those platforms have their own language, and I'm trying, and maybe they don't overlap, but I'm trying to find a system that makes them make sense. Like if I stream and it's a 4-hour stream, if I had a concept of a title, how would that look? Then how if I was to cut that into pieces? So it's complicated. I'm overwhelmed by all this shit, basically. I feel that there are step-by-step process that I'm learning and how to do it, but it's complicated, basically.
So how are you different now from when you began? What's the biggest difference?
From when I began in general to now?
Yes.
How long have you been doing it?
I think I've been doing it for 2 years, but I was or like coming to 2 years, something like that. I initially started like I wasn't wearing a mask and I was just painting. So it was essentially just my painting practice. That was, there was a camera while I was painting. And over time, I kind of like realized that I could expand the work and no longer just be just on the painting, but it's a camera. I can experiment with the personality. I can experiment with the clothes, which was something I always wanted to do as a teenager. I wanted to be like in fashion. I wanted to. So I used to do like performance-y related shit when I wasn't doing my masters in fine arts. So it kind of like clicked 5 elements, different elements that were in my mind separate into oh shit, it can all now combine.
Yeah, same.
So
we have the same experience, exactly that. Yeah.
So once that happened, it was a big revelation, and now I'm doing so many things, and that for me is part of the difficulty of it, because in the past I was just a painter. Now I'm entertainer, painter, fucking sculptor, sewer, this, that. Like it's exhausting, and and I'm just trying to figure it out.
So how do you introduce yourself to new people? Like when they ask you what you do, what do you say?
In real life.
In real life, yeah.
I have absolutely zero real life.
Okay.
Also, there's a question that has the mask art anything to do with the COVID and the current situation?
It has holes in all the wrong places.
Yeah. No, not at all. Not at all. It's just because I'm a teacher. I used to teach. That's important too. I mean, I used to teach. I used to teach for 5 years, and the reason why I wear a mask is purely because when I was doing what I was doing without a mask, it got me almost fired, and it was a very traumatic experience. I had to get a lawyer and all this stuff. So the mask is purely like a safety precaution for myself to remain, because I'm still registered as an educator and as a teacher. So it's a safety precaution for myself. And also it ends up becoming some form of liberty, because it's like I can care less about. So it's like a psychological simple.
Yeah.
I'm more free by not being my identity, my face, my name. You know what I mean? So
yeah, costumes are liberating.
Me, benefits others. Yeah.
I think that's the same reason why everyone, like in a masquerade, that's always where the scandals happen. Because people feel free to do stuff they wouldn't do without.
Oh yeah, can we get some shout outs for Magmol? That's a good point. Thanks.
Yes.
Thanks, Above Original. Yeah.
All right, well, I wanted to, I wanted to ask you if you have an example of a moment on Twitch for you where you really felt like, oh my god, something really meaningful is happening right now?
Yeah, very frequently. Very frequently. Maybe a lot, man. Like, cause when I'm performing, not necessarily when I'm paint. I mean, I'm not just. I'm when I'm performing, I unlock certain fucking psychological things because like I'm not just. It's not scheduled. I'm not just like, okay, pick up glass, drink. Like it's very improvisational. So in the process of combining all the elements and moving and the interactions and all the stuff, it really like it triggers something. Recently, I it was just the most recent like big moment for me was I think last week Thursday or some shit. It was a big.
What
It was
happened?
just a I don't know. I wouldn't be able to communicate like this particular thing happened, but it's on my YouTube if you want to check it out. I don't know. Something happened that it connected many things. Like it connected many things with like my childhood and the growth and where I am and stuff like that. Somehow it's really
Okay.
strange.
So
But
it was an emotional moment for you, the person,
it
as a
was for
person.
all of us because a lot of not all necessarily, but it was for me for sure.
Yeah.
But for some people who are watching as well, like I could like when I watched back the video and hear some of them saying like they connected with me and like you guys experience it as well, you know, like and that's the power of Twitch by it being live and stuff like that. We're actually fucking connecting with people, and it's some people are like depressed, some people are this, some people are that, and they connect in a way that I didn't really realize was possible without seeing each other and stuff like that. But I guess
Yeah.
by being online with each other for so long,
Yeah.
we end up connecting. These people are my friends. Some people I fucking don't know who the fuck they are. I read their name and they're like, hey, you know me? I have no fucking idea who
Yeah.
you are. That's the reality. But some of you, by being here for a while, I really fucking,
Yeah.
they become friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So like that was a good, powerful moment. There were many more in the past, and there'll be others as well. It's cool.
How do you
How about
deal
you
with
guys?
Well, yeah,
Yeah, I'm curious, like legitimately curious.
I'm chasing these
guys.
moments, man. There have been on the top of my head, there was this moment when all of a sudden just an art auction started to happen, which was not something we planned. I think it's always when the narrative, as I always call it, takes a huge change and we never really know where it's coming from, if it's something we initiated or if it's something that someone in chat or like it feels like a combined experience that is just a result of all the interaction, and then it becomes a really clear concept for a moment, like it crystallizes, and then everyone just goes with it, and when everyone feels ready to play, or like when it feels like everyone believes in the game for a moment.
And everyone's very willing to play most of the time on Twitch, which I also really love. Like everyone's willing to be playful.
And then for me, it really starts to feel real. Like this art auction we did, where I made a silly doodle. It was funny because it was really ugly. And then people started bidding on it, and then a real auction happened, and then Sybil made frames, and then we sold them as actual things, and they got their little frame on the Discord, and it was like an NFT. And this for me is extremely meaningful somehow, because I wish I could define that. I think I'm looking for a formula to create those moments.
Yeah.
I think that what we're calling it when it's like I don't know if this relates to what you're saying, but maybe it does. As in when you're talking about it, it makes me think of this, which is it's called the superorganism. It's like ants or like bees. It's like there's a hive kind of mentality, and sometimes it's not like I am in control of the direction. Okay, I'm on the camera. Okay, you're on the camera, but the chat has a very active part in the whole fucking shit.
Yes.
So it's like sometimes it's like searching. Sometimes, as you're saying, then it crystallizes and everybody pushes in that particular direction. So
that's what I
for
mean,
me, it's
yeah.
like an organism in a sense. You know what I mean? So it's an organism. I'm an individual, but as a group, it's like a crowd. You know, if a crowd
Yeah.
suddenly, you know, there's something and it creates a tumult. You know, like
Yeah.
everybody moves at
Yeah.
one point. You know what I mean? So I
Well,
think
what are
it's the
those
same.
ingredients? What are the ingredients of that? Like,
I fucking don't know.
I guess no one does. They just know it when it's happening.
But I'm not satisfied with like we'll never know. I think like it's the
No,
same.
I think it's good to. I
Yeah.
think it's good. I mean, that's part of what I'm trying to develop as well with the suit and with the other stuff, with the game and shit like this. In the future, it's like to find a way to. I mean, it depends if we're talking about if it's talking about a conversation or if it's talking about like doing something. I don't know what you mean. Like, it would be good to know what you want as an outcome, to be able to design and push and coax it into a way. Otherwise, it's anything is fucking anything. You know what I mean? Like, if the objective is something specific, what would be the objective?
Big in like in the large picture, I think it would be a shared meaningful experience, but that's too abstract. I think it always comes down to a feeling I want to have or I want to transmit. Like I want people to be entertained. I think that's a goal. I want people to have a meaningful social experience. I want it to be truthful. What I don't really know what that means yet. Yeah. How about you?
I don't know how possible it is to. I mean, I don't know. Right now. I'm like not necessarily focusing on that question. It's a good question to have. I'm kind of leaving it to itself because I don't know if we can even necessarily like choose on it if we're talking about the superorganism, and like in that case, I alone am not the brain. We collectively are the brain, and then it's like how the brain. I don't even know. Like, I don't even know. But I try to incorporate them as much as possible in the process, and that's linked with what you're saying, which is like, someone suggests something. I see that it's like having an effect in the chat, like, make breasts, you know, and then it's like breast. Okay, I make breasts, and then it's like, okay, I have breasts now, and then it's like, and I try to keep it as dynamic and fluid and evolving as possible to keep everybody, you know, in, because then it like connects us more, and it like creates less of a separation. So just integration of the audience as much as possible.
Yeah,
I think.
I mean, the boobs is what pulled me in.
Unfortunately, it's a bit like that, but I try to avoid them a bit nowadays because I don't want to become the breast guy. They're just a piece, you know. If I become the breast guy, it's a problem.
But what's wrong with that?
What's wrong with being the breast guy?
Because for me, it's not about being this guy or that guy. I wanna, you know, it's I want to be. I mean, I'll use the breast as much as fucking possible. I'll use the fucking as much shit as possible. You know, I've got 4 or 5 pair of breasts. You know, I've got a collection. You know, it's just I want to be the dinosaur guy, the fucking, you know,
you're
the
also
fucking
the dinosaur
this guy,
guy.
the fucking,
You're the
fucking
mask
this
guy. Though. You're definitely the mask guy.
Yeah.
Of course, because the mask is the face, you know, so
Yeah.
it's easy to see it this way. But yeah, I try to be as dynamic as possible. The crying guy, the emotional guy, the fucking angry guy,
The
you know, the fucking everything.
I think your
exactly. Unfortunately,
your stream is extremely poetic.
Yeah.
That's what makes me the most jealous. That I always feel like I'm watching a poem, a tragic yet entertaining poem.
I appreciate that you see the fucking tragedy in it, because I do find it fucking. I feel that way as well. Even though like a lot of people fucking find it funny, which is cool, you know, and it is funny. But
It's
for
two
me, it's
things
like
at the same time. That's why it's tragic. Because it's funny and sad. But
cool.
that's I hope that when people watch our stream, they also think it's poetic. I hope that, or sometimes,
Let's
maybe
do a
not all
poll.
the time. Not all the time. I don't know. Maybe funny is more important than poetic, but I wanted both. I also wanted both. I want both.
It's complicated, man, because sometimes I feel it's a fucking catastrophe, you know, like I feel that's not working. So it's just, it's normal, you know, when I'm making paintings, some painting is good, some painting is fucking garbage. And it's the same with the stream.
How do you deal with streaming if you don't feel like it? Do you not stream or do you push through it?
I push through it as much as I can.
Do you ever not stream?
Rarely. I try to be very regiment. I'm very obsessive. As much as I like the whole chaotic shit, I'm like, I have to wake up at this time. I have to fucking start at this time. I have to end at this time. I'm very, very like fucking structured. So it's like a bit of a weird thing. I'm always in the same like.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we found that interesting also when we met you in real life. We were like, he's a stream monk.
A stream monk. Yeah.
I guess. No, yeah, I guess. I mean, we're thinking, my girlfriend and I think about going to Paris and you know, it's not, but I want to focus on my energy and all my money on, I feel like I can make this happen. So I'm trying to, like I can make it happen in the sense it can become something. This is the first time in my life that I feel this way, as in for the past year and a half. Like I was painting for 12, you know, I was setting work, but it wasn't, it was just making, selling. This feels like a whole different fucking thing, man. And it's energizing. So I don't want to split myself, and I want to just like really grow this and as much as I can in whatever. And it's transformed me completely.
Yeah.
I would have never guessed I would be this, and it's great to not know how I will be, because it's exciting.
Yeah.
So
the transition
but I didn't answer.
into being a virtual entity is real. I think I'm definitely experiencing it too. You are also experiencing it. It's a little bit.
It's weird because you feel like it couldn't have gone that much different, but then how far you had to go to get to this point was also really like strange. Where you know, like you like this and you like that and you like this and you do those things sometimes, but then all of a sudden you have one thing that you can just one hole you can throw everything into, and then all of a sudden it works. Like. We're so used to failing also as artists. It's just like, oh, well, that didn't work.
Yeah. Yeah,
but it's very interesting that we had a very, like the way you described it is very similar to me. Like I was mentioning it earlier, mentioning it again. It's interesting. I don't know if you, I mean, have you spoken to many people? Like how have you, like, what number is this of the series, I guess? Because this is a series of research, right?
Not many. Like we talk to other streamers sometimes, but like we are not going to do many more of this. Like the other stream was talking with our own chat audience, and then we're gonna do some more experiments. We've already done a lot of experiments, and then I think I'm just gonna choose whatever I'm gonna use for the research. To talk more about. And maybe I'm gonna do another interview with another streamer. I think we're gonna meet another one, and then
and what's the criteria for like what are you looking for in the streamer for them to make sense in what you're looking into?
Just that it feels right. It just feels right. Intuitively it feels like, oh, they're on the same kind of thing we are on.
Yeah, I think as streamers who consider their practice an artistic one, I think. So I don't think it would be interesting, or maybe it would be to talk with someone who really doesn't give a fuck about that.
It might be interesting to really make it clear as to how they are not in the same direction. Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't really know what I want as an end result. I don't know. Maybe the end result is Twitch is fucking awesome. But financially,
all you other theater department losers. You know, I
don't know. I don't really know what I have to prove. I think it's also something I'm combating with myself still, which is probably annoying for everyone who is already like, yeah, Twitch is awesome, and I'm still like, why is Twitch awesome? I don't know.
I'm like you on that. I don't. Yeah, and I don't even watch much stuff on Twitch. I don't know if that's like a hermit thing or because maybe I don't even necessarily like the content because it's so. I think people. I mean, I don't want to fucking generalize because it's just a
Yeah.
generalization, but some people want to. They enjoy being in a thing for an extended period of time. While for me, I don't know, man. Like I can't. I don't allow myself that. If I'm doing that, I feel like I have. To, I'm not doing. I'm not doing something. I still am on
Yeah.
TikTok fucking extended periods of time. So don't get me wrong. But I don't know. I just don't. I don't know, man. I don't know what people are fucking looking for. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think I want to prove. I'm just angry with my art school, which is boring. I don't know. I don't really know yet. Why I'm so.
Well,
Yeah.
to just say something about theater, because I have my girlfriend like works in theater, and I have not been to many theaters, and it's not theater like in a traditional sense. I don't know what people think when they say theater, like I am this and blah blah blah. It's like fucking performance pieces that are literally mind blowing,
Yeah.
fucking incredible, like really original things you have never fucking even considered in your mind, like
Yeah.
and seeing it on stage, it has an effect, and being in an audience with physical human beings beside you, even if
Yeah.
there's COVID and there are like seats gaps, there is like the fact that it's calculated, concentrated, a lot of energy spent. People's whole careers developed on trying to perform in this way, blah blah blah. It has such a fucking impact. I have never seen it here on Twitch. So also we're working in a fucking platform that is not built or designed for us,
Yeah.
and at all. So that's the fucking
And
fact.
for us, you mean who is us?
As artists, as people
Okay,
who want to,
yeah, yeah.
experiment with things.
Yeah.
You're experimenting with things, I'm experimenting with things.
Yeah.
There are formulas that work, and it's been designed in that way. And also people's minds, people who come here are for that purpose. They
Yeah.
might come across some fucked up shit. What's this dude doing? What are they look weird.
Yeah.
And then they stick around, and that's our audience, like
Yeah.
peripherals of some kind. And that's why maybe we can, like, there's a link between our communities. But so what I'm saying is that it's not to discard theater or to discard Twitch, and it's not like I'm insinuating that that's what you're proposing, but it's good to study them both seriously and find ways to link them. Maybe you guys could try VR chat or something like that, because VR chat would give the audience a body, and instead of them just being words on a screen, they can be a body, and
Yeah.
you can be a body, and you can experiment a little bit
Yeah.
more with that, possibly.
Where you can actually
But-
meet each other in a visual
Which is what
3D space.
Zuckerberg wants.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is metaverse,
yeah, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many people want it.
Yeah.
Yeah, many people want. I mean, essentially, it's a video game, because metaverse is like trying to coin it, blah blah blah. Like he's trying to coin it and all this under him and the brand. But we've been doing this for ages. We've been in video games for a long time, and yeah, but I get stressed. I mean, this is another thing. I don't know if you guys do. I don't think you guys do call-ins very much or at all. I've never seen you
Call-ins,
do
we
that
have
Yeah.
done some, but they're always from people that we know well,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
yeah, it's always also like a sketch or a
Right.
performance
So it's within
angle.
a.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's interesting. How do you feel about it? Like, do you feel stressed about it, or are you okay with it? Do you want to explore it more?
I want to explore it more. I don't know how I feel about. Yeah, I like it. I like it when it has a concept still. So the times we've done it with Chamomile is like, then we talk about it a little bit before, and then he plays this character, and then we call him in a concept, like he's our reporter on a location, and then we improvise together, but then the guidelines are clear. I think I'm most comfortable with that. But if it's a little bit blurry, then this is also where opportunity slides in for magical moments. Like when you don't completely conceptualize it.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely
Yeah,
want
to give it enough room to
Yeah.
have the possibility to deviate into something
exactly.
which could be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm curious, as you were talking, I was at the question, which is
Has
like,
also gone terribly wrong.
of course,
Yeah.
but you have to. It's like that. I mean, it's a gamble, and
Yeah, it's
if
like
you don't take the
showing
gamble,
up-
then you lose.
It's like showing up with an agenda to a loose dialogue. It's just like, what are we trying to do here? Or sometimes that works, and sometimes it
Yeah.
doesn't work at all, and there's a lot of resistance. So like, it
Yeah.
depends on the world feeling that day.
And do you guys have mid and long term? It's an abstract definition of what medium and long term. Like, do you agree? Do you discuss it together? Do you have a vision for the medium to long term, or do you differ? How does that should go along? Because you're
Well,
two people. That's like a whole
yeah.
dynamic.
Yeah.
Well, also we have the same opinion that like we didn't expect to be doing this, but here we are. But also, it's not that unfamiliar in terms of like the art, the kind of art that goes into it.
yeah.
So I can imagine that in 5 or 10 years also it'll be something related to it. I don't know what form that would take. I mean, we want to make films and more performances and stuff on the internet, but I don't know exactly how this would look. Like, if you told me I'd look like this a year ago, I would be like, what?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's unexpected, but also not that much, because I'm always doing what I'm interested in.
Yeah, I think if I would make a prediction or what I would want for the Ghost Maidens to be is just to stay to just keep on doing this and let it radicalize and then into whatever it's going to be. Like maybe we will eventually get ourselves a big place, paint everything green, invite other artists,
Yeah.
make some sort of a residency for virtual artists, and then I don't know, meet each other in the woods and make crazy content together. And then I hope to stay as free as possible with
Yeah.
keeping it open for maybe a music album again, or a horror movie definitely has to be made. We want to make a dating show, like
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
would
that's
be fun.
fascinating, and it also is about the ultimately, which links me to the first thing that you had asked me. It's like once you have an audience which is interested in what you're doing and participating, blah blah blah, it gives you a lot of freedom,
Yeah.
because if you're just like, because they become engaged with it broadly, like with the personalities, your personalities, you guys, the community. It's beyond the painting or the this, the fucking box, whatever it is, you know what I mean? So once you have an audience, it gives you, it liberates you to try things and to explore shit. So for me, that was another reason. Like, I realized that it's essentially, as much as it would annoy people maybe to hear it, but it is a fucking currency in a sense, you know what I mean? Like, and also the reality is that the more fucking people there are, which is also annoying to fucking hear, but I am also an audience to other shit, you know what I mean? I'm part of this fucking shit. It's like the more there are, the more value you become. If there's one person interested in what you're doing, it's one thing. If there's 100,000 people interested in what you're doing, it's another thing. It gives it wings. It gives it it gives it potential in a sense.
Yeah.
It's also about fucking money, basically, because I can't fucking do a lot of shit. Like, people donate money, I use it for the stuff I make. You know what I mean? Even you guys. So. Yeah, anyway, it's a bit of a machine, capitalist, blah, blah, bullshit, but I like capitalism and I don't give a fuck. That's what it is.
I think capitalism deserves another chance. No, yeah. But what we're going to do, probably also what you're going, it also depends on the audience. Like,
yes, exactly. Yeah. And to take, to some shit I never thought of, and they propose, like you're saying, maybe you said the dating thing. I don't know what you just said, like, you might have never considered that shit, and then it's like, actually, that would be fucking fun. And we could do a spin like this, and we could do this, and we could do... So it's like fantastic. And that's the beauty of, listening to the fucking dumb fuckers that follow us.
Dumb fuckers. Cute. Yeah. VR. I don't know if I'm ready for VR. VR makes me
You can play.
nauseous.
You can play it on your. If you're talking about VR chat, you can play it off of your keyboard if you want on a screen. You don't need to have VR chat. Can be done that way if you want.
And then you have glasses or something.
You don't need to. You can just like a video game, like a traditional video game, like just a normal video game.
Oh.
Don't say the word video game, Rose. You can play
Yeah,
reality
yeah,
like
yeah.
a video game. Rose like, I'm out.
And my girlfriend's the same. I don't know. I don't understand why.
Do you game?
Not that much these days. No. I really like. I wake up at 6:30. I start streaming at 8. I finish at 4. I eat. I sleep. I exercise. I start streaming 4 till 8. Eat, sleep. You know.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking maniac like that, and then I burn out. It's like a rhythm. Do you guys burn out at all?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like when's the last time? Does it happen regularly?
I only burn out when I feel hormonal, and then everything overwhelms me, and that's once a month. So. But
Are you guys synced?
No.
No, this is something we talk about occasionally, and it's
No, but I
become
love
a joke. No, we are not synced.
That's
which is-
interesting.
Yeah.
Which is weird, actually. We should be synced, but we're not.
I
Right.
love Twitch. I love gaming. So that's not hard for me to get burnout with. It's harder for me to constantly create a narrative because that I'm not strong at that. I'm stronger with visuals and technology and doing all of that stuff, and I really have to rely on Rose sometime to like I don't know. It goes back and forth sometimes. It's very fluid also. But burnout,
Have you been in
I wouldn't
situations?
say burned out for me. No, have I what?
Have you been in situations where like long periods of time where you're like really fucking hate what you're doing, or not like you don't want to continue, not you real there's a lot of you get stuck in a situation where it's difficult to get out of. Lately it's happened less to me, but there have been in situations when I was streaming, it was like negative association, like I'm stressed, or I'm constantly stressed, or do you know what I'm saying, or not really? I'm not explaining it in a perfect way.
I don't have that, but in the beginning it was hard for me to get a consistent need to stream, but then now it's become a schedule, so then it's
Right.
easier because it's easier. I have everything set up. I'm not like confused of moving things around all the time or not understanding how something works. In the beginning it was much harder, but now there's a schedule and it feels like work also.
Yeah, well, I get these insecurity attacks sometimes, where I'm just not convinced of my own capabilities. I think where I like during a stream or before a stream or after a stream, sometimes I really think that, oh my god, what the fuck are you doing, Rose? You talentless slut. And these are just my thoughts attacking me. I don't really know how to deal with them. The best strategy is to just have them and realize that they're fake and that they will go over. But I definitely have that sometimes, which it also makes it like between me and Sybil makes it sometimes also difficult in relation, because for her it's also difficult when I am going through something like this, because she then has to tell me that it's not true, but then I cannot really believe her, or it feels like she has to pick me up, and then I feel bad about that. So this is challenging, but definitely inevitable also. But yeah, I think that's for me that's the biggest challenge, to trust myself.
Imposter syndrome. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Psychotress, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, you guys are literally in a relationship, like you work together. It's the whole dynamic of during, after, the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible, and business partners and all that stuff.
It's a marriage.
Yeah.
It's basically a marriage. Yeah.
And also like being friends, and then also
Yeah.
working on stuff. But I don't know. I feel like it goes pretty well. So
I think it goes extremely
Looks
well.
like it. Looks
Yeah.
like it. Looks like it. As an outsider,
Yeah.
who just sees you on stream and then also happened to come across you guys IRL and all this. It was really cool, man. I was very happy to see you guys.
Yeah, we should do it again. We should definitely try to do something again.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah.
It was cool to actually get to see, human beings. I'd like to meet quite a few of the people that come through my chat and stuff
Yeah.
like this. Like it would be, you
Yeah.
I become attached to these guys that I only fucking see their name. And then I see their chat, what they say. But it's funny. I'm sure you guys feel the same way about certain people. Like
Oh,
you really
definitely.
somehow you connect with them. It's,
Yeah.
it's pretty crazy.
Jaime, I'm looking at you. Just kidding.
Yeah. He doesn't want to meet us.
Yeah.
No, but
Sorry, what?
no, there's someone.
Sorry, what? Someone special?
We're
special?
simping over someone in our community.
Someone rich?
No,
No. Okay.
I don't think so.
I don't value riches.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but what did I want to say? I wanted to say something about. Yeah, I wouldn't know how to do this by myself.
Neither would I.
Like I absolutely
I never would have done it.
all the things I make myself do, like the structure and pushing myself, I'm able to do that because I'm doing it with Sybil.
Yeah.
So I don't know how people do this alone.
Alone? No way. And also, like, we had to learn how to do troll smackdowns together. If I was, like, doing
Yeah.
that alone and I never knew how to deal with that in the beginning, I would be like, oh, I'm never coming back,
Have you had some fucked up experiences
Oh,
with
yeah.
like serious trolls?
Yeah. Well, nothing.
tell-
Like, we had to delete the stream and stuff. Like, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
This was
I
in the
mean, do you have,
beginning
like-
when we didn't really know how to secure everything. So it's
Right.
thankfully we have amazing
Yeah.
mods, and also in the Discord. I didn't know what I was doing in the Discord. I still don't really know what I'm doing in the Discord. So we
Yeah.
just have amazing people that help us.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I got only one time I really got insecure by a troll in chat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I maybe this was also because it happened at a weak moment, but there was just sometimes Sybil streams alone, and then this guy came in and he comes around every now and then, and he just kept on going like, oh, like it so much better when Rose is not here, because when Sybil streams alone, it's also funny to be. It's also a joke to be a little bit extra like. Oh, I don't like Rose, ha ha ha. It's like teasing us a
Yeah.
little bit and it's fun. And maybe this guy was also teasing. Probably he was. But somehow it's like, oh man. Sometimes they do go to a sensitive spot. And I think I just need to have thicker skin. Because how do you deal with that? Do people insult you? How do they touch you?
It's I kind of don't. I mean, some people affect me, I guess, but it's mostly my own. I affect like I'm too busy fucking feeling like I'm not doing good enough. It doesn't affect me like a few, la 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 la
Yeah.
blah blah whatever. It doesn't affect me too much. But I've had a bad experience once, which was, and it really like tripped me out. Which was. Some guy had hate raided me and they just started like spamming N-word like and then I was like taking it easy. I hopped into a call with the guy, but he literally took me back to the time when I was like a young teenager, bullied by others. Like it flashed me back to that moment.
Yeah.
And then they found out my email and they destroyed my email account with
man.
like fucking they signed up to. There are these aggregate sites. I'm gonna teach trolls out there who want to fucking destroy my life or your life, which I shouldn't, but fuck it. There are these aggregate sites where you sign up once with one email, and you're essentially signed up with like 1,000 subscriptions of emails. So I just got overwhelmed. I had an unusable fucking email. Okay, you can unsubscribe, but you need to unsubscribe, 5,000 fucking
my
emails
God.
that
Oh my
you receive
God.
every day. So it really was like, holy fuck. And then this guy's group started coming through to my stream over time, spamming everything. Anyway, they lingered for like 4 months, 5 months.
Yeah.
And they pretended to be nice people, and then at some point switch it on, and it's like, I'm that guy and I'm gonna fuck you up again. You know, it's like, holy
Whoa.
shit, some people
Yeah.
are nuts, man. Nuts, like
It
incredible.
could really fuck you up. Like it completely
Yeah.
ruins your stream also if this keeps on happening. To keep on calling
Yeah,
in.
it can.
Yeah.
That's something else. Like as I'm growing and as you guys are growing, like I didn't even get the whole idea of community and stuff like that. But as it grows, you have to cater for different elements in the
Exactly,
community.
yeah.
You have
Yeah.
like
And also, you have to start out in the same way because everything that you leave there, other people will find also. And like names, places, whatever, information, all the things that you leave on the internet.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You have to know that if it's there, people will find it. Because I know I can go down a rabbit hole of spy work and I can find shit on other people. So like, you have to start out that way also because it can be it can get bad.
Are you
And
afraid?
even how when
I'm
Go
sorry. Oh yeah. Are you afraid that like people are gonna stalk you?
I don't think I'm relevant at all. So
That
no, not
doesn't
for now.
matter that you're not
I
relevant.
mean, maybe there are some. I'm not relevant. I don't have a large enough audience for it to be a genuine like concern of mine. Like I would feel very fucking personally. I'd feel arrogant thinking that. You know, maybe there are some fucking totally fucked up people in the 30 something people that watch me, 33 whatever average that watch me. There could be. I don't have that feeling, but I think it's like, like. I mean, it's strange. It's strange, man. Like it's like it's business. It's friendship. It's difficult. Do you keep track with everybody? I can't keep track with everybody, man.
Yeah.
And I feel guilty.
For
I
the
feel
most
so
part,
guilty
yeah.
because
People who come
I
back.
like these
yes.
fucking people, man.
People
yes,
who
yes,
come
there are
back.
some people that come back. I wish at the start I used to. It's embarrassing. It's funny, but like I tried to fucking keep like a diary like on the computer of like, yo, this guy has these things, so I can make connections because I'm horrible with names.
But I
have
think
no
with
idea
you
who-
also it's more difficult because you are listening to them. So you don't always see their names when they're talking to you with the text to speech.
Yeah.
So that's like, and they have this, and it's a computer voice, and then some people have chosen a different voice, so then you can recognize that a little bit. Because like in the end, if I wouldn't be reading them all the time, I would not know for most people to differentiate them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I confuse
wish.
them.
Not rarely though.
Yeah.
But it's
For
just a
most part,
fucking
no.
name. It's
Yeah,
not like
but-
there's a face.
But there's
Okay,
so
I
much
identify your
behind
face.
it, and then also they put
Sense
their
of humor,
selfies in the
yeah.
Discord, and then we connect a
Uh-huh,
name with the thing. So like, if they put a selfie in our Discord and we know who they are, then they immediately become real people. And
Yeah.
then the sense of humor and the jokes, like that's how we get the best mods because they're so funny, and that's the best.
Yeah, mods.
That's
Also,
the best guard you have. Our mods with an amazing sense of humor.
How did you find your mods? How do people become your mods?
I just gave it to the people I liked the
Yeah.
most.
Yeah.
And but like I used to people I've had long conversations with, people who have been there for fucking ever, and but there was like there was a problem, and then I had to unmod everybody, unfucking VIP everybody. I'm a bit like militant, like, okay, no, nothing anymore, and then it's like, okay, let's restart. Anyway, it's I don't know, it's also fun to just fucking destroy the shit. Yeah, it's fun to break it down a bit and then see how it goes.
Yeah. Like throwing everything away and then starting over? Like,
Yeah, but it's silly, man. It's not even interesting conversation. Like, but it's a social fucking shit, Like, there's a community that I've grown to a point where in the past certain things weren't problems, and nowadays it's like someone will say something which triggers people to take two sides.
Yeah.
and it's a whole lot of fucking social dynamics. It's like we're not big enough for it to mean nothing. Where it's grown from, and it's not small enough for things to be lost in the void, and it's like large enough for it to become complicated, to make people happy, to make sure that we're on the same page. Some people say certain things that divide, politics, whatever. And anyway, I'm trying to make sure that it's a pleasant, safe, enjoyable, fun, blah blah. But sometimes it gets complicated. It's getting complicated for me. Is it getting complicated for you guys? The social shit?
Yeah, but I'm still thinking that maybe I don't necessarily want everything to be always positive and safe.
I agree.
So I also like to accept or keep some of that unsafeness and negativity
100%.
in there, because otherwise I feel like it
100%.
wouldn't be real. But sometimes
And that's
people,
the balance.
Yeah.
people have to go.
That's
like,
the difficult one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's
I
the
think
difficult
that's
one.
why comedy also works,
Yeah.
because in order for comedy to work, it has to be dark sometimes.
Yes.
So it's kind of the perfect medium where you're just like, is this funny?
Yeah.
Is this a good context?
Exactly.
Yes, and that's also why
I'm with you guys, 100%.
people who are unkind to us also need to stay a little bit. But
Yeah.
then, like, I think we have as a hard rule, if they start being assholes
Exactly.
to the people in chat, to the other people, I think that's like they have to go. Or when they just come in with like only racism or something like
Yeah.
that, and then okay,
Exactly.
we're not gonna learn anything from you. But yeah, this is something that is very interesting as a streamer, like. How,
Because we've
yeah.
become fucking politicians, dude. Like
Yeah.
in the sense, like it's like a group of people, and we are in charge. Ultimately, we are, as much as it sounds fucking like, I don't know, puppety, whatever. But it's like, okay, is this gonna be what do I think is valuable for us in terms of growth? Okay, I don't want to be so fucking hardcore to just destroy everything that's like slightly off. You know what I mean? Of course not. We want it to be dynamic. We want it to be, turbulent at times. But so I'm learning about these things a lot through the Discord personally, and also in the chat. But like, that's something new that I really didn't even consider. Like, it's a part of growth, and it's fun, since we can do this and there's growth here on Instagram. You guys, that's actually quite interesting. You guys are quite big there, but I imagine my instinct would be that it's on. How do you feel connected to the audience? Do you feel connected with the audience there? And how does it differ from Twitch?
Yeah, it's
Because you guys have 7,000 or 17,000, I forgot.
7. Yeah. It's,
7, right. So
it's,
that's a lot.
It's another way to communicate with people. And it's a way to communicate with people that don't have Twitch.
Yeah.
It's better than Facebook. It's just an immediate line to people that sometimes respond, and you wouldn't exactly expect them to, but I just know how to reach through it. So it's a good medium for communicating.
Definitely very different interaction.
Yeah.
I think we use it also as a more business, I think. It's more as more of a business
Business that makes no money. Instagram.
Yeah, but it gets we reach people.
Literally.
And we have a network there that definitely gives us possibilities to have guests or conversations, or we're also inside a network of paranormal people because of Instagram. Like, we're acquainted with witches, wizards, vampires that we wouldn't get acquainted with on Twitch.
Because everyone's too old
yeah
to be on Twitch.
Yeah.
But definitely we get more views on Twitch than we do on Instagram because, like, I don't know, the algorithm on Instagram is continually mystifying. So I'm glad that we have the people we do out of the last 2.5 years of being on Instagram, because it's a total shit show now on Instagram. So I guess we just focus our time between Twitch and Instagram, and then of course OnlyFans and that stuff.
Yeah.
3 different kinds of audiences.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because on Instagram I think most of our the people who follow us is, I think it's 80% female.
60.
60? Oh. And then here I have almost everyone male, I think. On Twitch. Like 90% definitely.
And also on OnlyFans. Yeah.
And OnlyFans. Yeah.
Yeah, if you check out the demographics of Twitch entirely, it's not even just you guys, but like Twitch is I forgot the percentage, but a tremendous percent of men
Yeah.
as a platform.
Yeah, so we expect to get trolled all the time.
It's sometimes a little frustrating. Like that one time when we were working our ass off on our stream, like really hard work. Like I think you were painting or something. Like we were like showing all our talents, and then
The robot stream?
I think it was the robot stream. Like you were body painting me, and like very skilled, beautiful, very proud of that stream. And then guys come in like, oh sluts, like like they want to troll us, and then we dump them on another artist in a raid. And then like this one guy is immediately like, "Whoa, you're really talented.
Yeah.
Great work." And like, God damn it, God damn it. Yeah. But it's also fun. Like it's also fun that I love seeing people or reading people change their minds. Like they come in to troll and then they realize they like us. I think that's my favorite thing in the whole world. To like when Sybil and I do like you're coming to troll, and then they're like, oh, I think that's my favorite thing in the world. And that that happens. Yeah.
It happens to us as well. Like.
But we
like
never
that.
get the benefit of the doubt.
No, because also we want our stream to be as clickable as possible, so we do use tactics for that. I mean, that's just
Yeah.
I'm gonna employ that tool.
What kind of tactics we're talking?
Boops.
Yeah, make it sex, just sex.
Sex tools.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but then
Do you have any advice for me to make it more sex?
Yeah, more shirtless streams.
Yeah.
I think shirtless.
Yeah.
Because of like the fact that I'm extremely strong and extremely perfect.
Unapologetic masculinity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Gotcha. But how can I be shirtless and have breasts at the same time? That's the question.
I think that's something you need to invent yourself. Why don't you invent a
Right.
bra? Or just really really long nipples. How about that?
Ooh.
We've done this. We've got it.
Not without a shirt on.
Not without a shirt on. That's a very good point. Yes, good point. Okay, but what to attract men and to attract women?
I don't think it necessarily has to be people who would want to, like in real life, fuck you. But I just think that Twitch is a sexual place. I think it's just like it's on everyone. It's on the surface. Like I think it's. I also like that about Twitch. It's a little bit vulgar. It's a little bit like we like to call it the Wild West.
Yeah. And you know what? I don't really feel bad about using sex tools because that's me also. And I think that should be okay to be that way on the internet and not get trolled. So, I think, yeah.
But you already use sex all the time.
Yeah, I use sex a lot, yeah.
There's a lot. It's always a little bit, not always, but they're often phallic or like tits.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I've been fucking suspended twice, and it's fucking. That's something else. Like I mean, it's a very. I am fucking constantly terrified. I don't know about you guys, but me, I've actually been suspended 4 times. I've had a previous account before this one, and I've been suspended twice on that one, which terrified me to then create this one. And technically, it's not against the regulations to do something like that. The regulations are vague and it's always unclear. And whenever I'm actually trying to communicate with Twitch people, it's automated. It's either non-existent or 4 months down the line from my question by a bot that's irrelevant to my question.
Yeah.
So there is absolutely, and it really makes me very fucking angry because I'm literally spending my whole life and all of my money and all of my time on this fucking platform, and they don't fucking support us at all.
No.
And it really makes me very angry. My point was that I'm very scared because a lot of what I do instinctively was trying to, as an artist. And as a fucking human being, was to push the boundaries, experiment, explore, try things out, not be always stale, not be edgelord if you want, which is annoying as a term, but it's what it is. I'm always scared. I don't know if you guys ever encounter some kind of like self censorship. I'm constantly afraid. Like, is this dangerous? Is this dangerous? Is this dangerous? All the
Yeah.
time, all the time, all the time, all the time.
Yeah.
I printed out the
Unknowingly, also. Unknowingly.
Yeah, it's a weird layer that's always there. That like I think I'm afraid that I cannot control my impulse to
Of course.
say something. Like one day I'm just gonna slip something
Yeah.
out of my mouth.
And sometimes
Or
you're
you're gonna
in the
insult
rhythm.
someone in chat.
exactly. Or-
Exactly.
yeah.
And in my experience of being fucking suspended 4 times, it's often not about the terms of service are ambiguous, and for their benefit, I can understand it as a business. It's better for it to be ambiguous, because then they can have liberty to interpret and to make a decision on what they're seeing. But it's a lot of. I've been suspended by I had fake poo, right? Fake
Yeah.
poo inside of a bottle. And I'm just saying it, all my audience knows it, but for your audience, maybe it's interesting as an example, not to victimize myself, but as an example. It's fake poo in a bottle. It's almost invisible. I get a group of people that come in that start spamming that it's real,
Yeah.
and then I get suspended.
Yeah.
It's not about what it actually is. It's about the interpretation, the interpretation of the audience. Is it this? So what does it mean? Does it mean that I have to also take into account the audience's potential interpretation of what I'm fucking
Yeah. Yeah.
doing? Like, let me show you. Like, is this a gun? Is this if I hold this like this and I put it here, is it self-harm? You come through.
Yeah.
Do I have to fucking think of this every time? Do we have to be afraid every single time? And unfortunately, it's like this on all platforms. I don't know if you've
Yes.
been also fucked like this on Instagram. Have you?
We did lives
Some
before we went to
sexuality stuff.
Twitch, but it was
Yeah,
not
we've
great.
been banned on like some of our streams on Instagram didn't upload.
Yeah.
We get shadow
Right.
banned on Instagram all
our,
the
our
time.
post got reported by some Karen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did you revoke it?
No.
No, and this
You
is
should
because
revoke
we got flagged for solicitation.
Yeah. Which was like, okay,
Right.
we're just gonna post
Right.
something else.
Yeah.
And then I did notice that our
It's
engagement was
terrifying.
low for a while, so I think we
course.
did
Yeah.
get flagged. Yeah.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course. It's a shame. I understand it, but even like, for example, the person that works with my girlfriend, who is a well-known performance artist, who there's some nudity, but it's not even sexual. It's just there's he's putting clay on himself, and there's a fucking cock, but it's not about or it looks like he's opening himself with clay with red in between, but it's not opening himself, and it's so. Like it's the only place where we can thrive nowadays as artists, or actually like connect with an audience and actually like exist, is on social media. And the social, like, that's a serious conversation. Like the fact that we can't actually, we're instantaneous. There's a very clear barrier that we can't go through, and that's a problem,
you can't
because
even
it's the
show,
whole
like,
fucking point.
Paintings of
algorithm,
nude
yeah.
people on
Exactly.
stream, and
exactly.
you're like,
It's
what?
nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas I think in if you like performance art or theater or contemporary art in an established institute or under the wing of a museum, a gallery, a theater, there you can still do all these things because it has already been approved by like an established institute.
Exactly, a body.
Yeah.
Exactly, an institute.
And
yeah.
here we don't have that. We don't have that because no
I
one.
don't think that we are
Yeah.
represented at all as
Yeah.
as artists or people who are interested
No.
in experimenting, exploring. And I think that it could be seen as an opportunity for us to, as in we're
Yeah.
too small. But if we are a few of us, you find other people, and we kind of intelligently group ourselves
Yeah.
to be some
It's
kind
a
of
different kind of networking.
Yeah.
exactly.
There
and I
was
don't
New
think
York
it
in the
exists.
70s, now there's Twitch for global
Exactly.
artists.
Yeah, but it's like that, man. It's like that. If we exist in this context, and these are the tools we have at our disposal, and it's important to network ourselves intelligently, and that's what you're doing. You invited me, and I appreciate it a lot. And you like this is it's important, and we should keep a lookout for other people who are experimenting in this similar field, and inform ourselves and our communities about it, because that's the only way for
Exactly.
us to have an impact. Otherwise, we're fucking nothing, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there has been a strike once. Like streamers went on strike. This was when there was the hate bots.
Yeah. I got one today, guys.
Oh
Again.
yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was over, but I got another one today. Did you guys get some?
We got some. Yeah, we got some when
bad,
everyone
huh?
was having them.
Holy
yeah.
shit.
Super annoying.
It was bad, huh? Holy shit.
Yeah, we had to constantly be.
We didn't get We didn't get bad though. How some other people got raided with thousands of bots. We didn't get any of that.
I got thousands, man. Like
Yeah, we didn't have that happen.
10,000 fake followers. Like it was annoying. It was difficult.
Yeah, like every time someone follows with a weird name, like you're on your.
And then it's like okay.
Yeah. But now we don't really have it, right? No.
We'll see if they come back, because I just got one today, so we'll see.
I don't know. We also have very good mods who are much smarter than I am about this. So.
Than mine!
Than I am.
We have very good mods.
Okay.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, but also just tossing it out there. If you guys both, our community and your community, if you have ideas of shit we can do together, it's not like we can easily just meet each other at a click of like 2 seconds, but we're not far apart enough for that to be an impossibility. So if you guys have some ideas or some shit, we can discuss those things. It would be fun to think of something together, whether it's on stream or off stream, whatever. I'm open to listen to those things.
Definitely. Sure, good, many for sure. All right. Well, we said we were gonna talk for 1.5 hours. How do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, I had a few drinks, so like, even though it's not at all, nothing much, but I being alone in like just streaming and not fucking drinking any fucking drinks, it gets to me. So sorry if I fucking veered off or wasn't. I tried to. I'm fine, but like I'm just saying, like I wish it was valuable.
Yeah, it was.
As in, it would be. I think it would be cool to do more in time, and like I think this was a very good first step, because we had a big idea in the past. We wanted to do a whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
It never actually materialized, which is a shame, but sometimes that's another thing I learned. It's best to just, touch base and then like grow it organically, both of like with whoever you're collaborating with. And I love you guys, and I want to do stuff with you guys.
Is that your imagination can really get out of control sometimes, and you really have to keep up with like just letting it happen as it's going and let it evolve, because you can really like think too far ahead and then like not know how to get there.
And it stresses.
Yeah.
It adds a whole layer of stress, which is, like we actually managed to do this, and then we say, down the line we can try something else, and then we see how it goes. But I'm excited to do that in the future.
Definitely. Me too.
Cool. Perfect.
All right.
So I guess I raid you guys. I can do that. I can raid you.
Oh. Yeah, we heard they liked us. They were simping.
Yeah, I'll have to go read that later. Maggie's chat.
To be honest, I didn't read anything at all. So yeah.
I read everything, chat.
They say you're eloquent as fuck.
And Voltaire's in trouble. That's all I have to say.
Oh yeah, what happened with him?
He was being terrible because he's not used to getting ignored by us. So Voltaire's in trouble. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that.
We're gonna be right there, little boys.
Cool. So I'm gonna raid you. It was a big pleasure. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much.
All right, wait for the... I'll just transition out of the scene. Thank you, Maggie. Everyone follow Mamul. I'm American. Don't yell at me. That's how I
It's all good.
All right, thank you, and see you soon.
See you soon.
See you later. Bye-bye. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Goodbye.